Let's go ahead and head over to the next matchup here. We got the Eagles. We've got the Cardinals in a battle of the birds. Eagles favored by 5, over under 49. Thoughts on this one?
Eagles crush. I think we hit. I'm taking Philly in the under. I don't know that Arizona is going to score that many points here. This Eagles defense has been dynamic. I just got done talking. Defense travels, right? If the Niners defense can travel to play the early game, I guess the late game, but still kind of an early game for them in Carolina, the Eagles can travel west, get a couple extra hours of sleep, and then wreck shop against the Cardinals, right? Their offense seems to be a little bit dysfunctional right now. James Conner has kind of been not necessarily a bust, but definitely a letdown from where we drafted him to kind of be that RB2 on our fantasy teams. Hollywood Brown seems to be getting his, but as soon as Rondale Moore came back, we had, Rondale Moore and
Dortch
just completely kind of both went away. Like it was a weird thing last week. So I'm taking Philly. I'm taking the under because I don't think the Cardinals can make it.
Yeah, I mean this is a very interesting one here too, right? Like I actually think there's some potential for Arizona to keep this a little bit closer on that, right? The 5 points that kind of, call it maybe a little bit more gut than analysis there. But I think that you're going to see a way for Arizona to keep this thing at 3 points. So I do think that Arizona manages to cover. I'm also going to take the contrarian approach here and call for the over on this one as well. I know a lot of folks out there you're kind of going along the same lines as what you're talking about there with the Philly just running away with this thing, the under playing there. But I do think that we're going to see something happen in this game to the point where we're going to see this thing end up 27-24 type of matchup here with Philly winning. And so we hit the over, we hit Arizona. I do think that we see just enough of James Conner for him to get to his over of 42.5 rushing yards on that one. So
no, fair enough. You and I would be on opposite sides of that because as I was looking through the others, I was thinking, man, Connor 42. Like, I don't know if he's going to get there because I feel like they're going to be trailing early, just how I see the game script going. So,
right.
Some faith there. I'm taking Devonta Smith over 53.5 receiving yards.
I like it.
I think they're going to key in, right? The Cardinals defense I think they're going to try and key in, maybe slide Budda Baker over towards A.J. Brown a little bit, and I think that's going to let Devonta Smith run free. And I like this 53 because he's shifty enough. He can get all this in one play. Right. That was one prop that it paid off. Yay for me. I was spot on about the Mike Williams last week. The prop was about the exact same set. And I told you he'd get it all in one play, and he did.
Right.
I don't know if it's the exact same feeling, but Devonta Smith could get it all in one play. I don't know that he will, but he has the ability to get behind the defense, especially if they're shaded over towards Brown.